Hi, I'm Nathan with this week's Science and Tech News. Halloween is just a month away, so it's no surprise that there was a spooktacular blood moon lunar eclipse on Sunday. A lunar eclipse happens when the Earth gets between the moon and the sun, casting a reddish blood glow because of something called the Rayleigh scattering. Basically, it's the same phenomenon that turns our skies red during a sunset. Only this time it splashes the moon with crimson creepiness. A solar eclipse, on the other hand, is when the moon blocks our sun, temporarily darkening a portion of our planet. This past Sunday, the lunar eclipse was extra cool because it was the first supermoon total eclipse in 33 years, which won't happen again for another 18 years. See, the moon has an elliptical orbit around the Earth, meaning that it travels in more of an egg-shaped pattern than a perfect circle. So sometimes it's much closer than usual. Depending on where it's at, the moon has different phases of visibility as Earth blocks the sunlight from different angles. When the moon makes its closest approach to Earth at the same time as a new or full moon, it appears to be a supermoon. And Sunday's super blood moon came just days after the autumnal equinox rang in the fall season on September 23rd. This cosmic event marks the exact moment that the sun rises directly in the east and sets directly in the west. Before the equinox, the sun rises and sets more to the north. After the equinox, it begins rising and setting more and more to the south, causing the days to get shorter and shorter, until the winter solstice on December 22nd, which is the shortest day of the year. From supermoons to super robot dogs, the USA's Marine Corps is testing a four-legged quadruped machine named Spot for combat operations. See, future warfare will be fought with drones and robots rather than human soldiers. While a lot of attention is given to mini helicopters that zip through the skies, there are some incredibly high-tech land critters on the horizon. See, Spot is a 160-pound robot that resembles a dog, minus the head, and it can adapt to rough terrain. See Spot run? Go Spot go! Yep, this Terminator-like canine can trot up hills and sprint across slippery grass and would give the mailman some serious nightmares. The prototype, or early model, was developed by Boston Dynamics, and it's being tested by the Marine Corps Warfighting Lab and the Defense Against Research Advanced Agency, or DARPA. Not only can people control Spot remotely with a laptop or video game controller from up to 500 meters away, it can recover after being kicked, so when it's chasing enemy troops and nipping on their heels, it won't fall over. Can Spot sniff out an invisible soldier? He might need to, because there's a new ultra-thin invisibility cloak that can match any background. Ruh-roh, Shaggy! Thanks to scientists at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, there's a super thin material just 50 nanometers thick that can bend light around an object to match whatever background is behind it. To put nanometers into perspective, a human hair is 100,000 nanometers wide. Yeah, we're talking a super thin invisibility cloak. What's even more eye-opening about it is that the material can be wrapped around a bumpy object, yet create the illusion of a flat surface. So even if you drape it like a piece of cloth over a person, say, Harry Potter, they'll still resemble whatever's behind them. It pulls off this wizard-worthy trick with brick-shaped gold antennas that are 30 nanometers thick, and can reflect light with the power of high-tech magic wands. Wow. The Great Barrier Reef is going to need an invisibility cloak to hide from the crown-of-thorns starfishes, or COTs, because they're eating the coral. Australia's Great Barrier Reef has over 2,900 reefs and 900 islands, stretching over 1,400 miles, forming the world's most massive single structure created by living organisms. Sadly, half of the coral has died over the past 30 years, and COTs are a huge part of the problem. These mean starfishes are snacking down on the coral and stuffing their mouths with their 5 grubby arms. But wait, there's hope. See, devious scientists figured out that vinegar kills COTs within 48 hours, melting their insides faster than a bucket of water splashed on the Wicked Witch of the West. And it can be used without injuring other sea life. I bet any COTs that survive the purge will end up joining a support group with all the snails who've had salt poured on them.